Good morning on day 29, or is it 30? I think it's 29. I am out for my morning walk. It's Saturday. I did not have to walk the dog today, so it's a little later in the day. I've been trying to recover from the hamster wheel that I'm on, so I did not do much this morning. But don't worry, it's only after 9. I have a communion party today that I am pretty anxious about, but that also means that I will have to fit my workouts before and after. Right now, I'm walking over to my friend who's been keeping my bike for me. He is moving, so I need to get that out. So I will be riding that back home. I did not have breakfast today, so this is brunch. 2 pieces of sourdough toast, some Laughing Cow spreadable cheese, and tomato with some seasoning. Who can blame me for buying more of these? I just had to try the one with strawberry jelly this time. How am I supposed to do a workout when I have this going on?
11 and 12. Good. Working on this one. Good. Squeeze those glutes up to the top. Flat down. Flail down. Good. Drive back.
Good morning on day 31. I am out here doing my walk. I just checked in my pocket to see how much more I have to go before my mom gets here. And guess what? I did not press start on my tracker again. This getting up early and not having enough sleep, it's really messing with my mornings. But I do know that I left the house at 7:45, and it's 10 after now, so my mom should be getting here shortly. And I think what is more important than tracking it is actually doing it. So I am out here doing my time. My late lunch today is another grilled cheese with tomato and onion. I don't use any butter, mayo, or oil. I just toast the bread, put some cheese on it, let that melt, and put everything together. And I do measure out my cheese and my dressing. Another late night walk, just me and the dog. I realized this afternoon that it's Cinco de Mayo today, but it's as close as I get. Here is breakfast this morning. I have a high protein yogurt with a 1/4 cup of cherries from a jar and just a little bit of liquid because this yogurt is very thick and I can't really add much to it in terms of my usual oatmeal. I also have a snack here very similar to what I had yesterday, just some crackers and a little bit of peanuts sprinkled in. I've been craving salted peanuts, so I'm enjoying them in moderation. Hey everyone, it's well after 10 p.m. now. I am having a late dinner today. I made a frozen pizza intentionally because tomorrow after work I have some errands to run and I want to be able to pack something that I can take on the go. I did just come back from my evening walk and I still have to do my reading and finish my water. Speaking of that, today is the day that I have the most water left to drink before I go to bed. I have to finish this big glass and a half more after this. I've really been struggling today and I'm not sure why. Usually I just force myself to keep chugging that water throughout the day. But today I kept feeling nauseous after drinking water, so I've been trying just to sip on it, but that means that I'm left with a lot at the end of the day. I have to admit that today is the first time that I actually felt a little nervous about getting all my tasks for the day done, in that what will happen if I physically cannot drink this water by the end of the night. I guess I'm not sure when the day ends. Does it end at midnight or does it just end end at whatever time I go to sleep. I guess the plan now is just to hope for the best and stay up until everything gets done. Good morning on day 33. I'm out here in the park doing my walk now. Yesterday morning I did a lower body workout, and today I'm taking tiny little steps and I'm going slow. My mom's just pulling in with the dog now, so we're gonna take him on his walk. I am super excited for my dinner today. I did not really have lunch and I did not have a snack at work. I only had a protein bar after work as I was running some errands. Now it is 7 p.m. and I just picked up some Indian food. What I'll eat from this is just the naan dipped in the sauce. So all in all, I'll probably consume about a quarter cup of sauce. So I'm gonna try and figure out the calories on this later. Good morning, guys. I'm having a rough morning today, so I'm having a lot of carbs for breakfast. I have a mini little grilled cheese sandwich here just because I want some ketchup. That's going to really help me out. But I also heated up these 2 little slices of pizza because that's what I'm craving right now and I need to take my medication. Let's hope the day gets better from here. Hi, it's me from the future, and I'm here to tell you that things did in fact get significantly better that day. Here's a quick backstory. The last few nights I've been getting to bed significantly later than I would like to, probably close to midnight. That's because at the end of the day I had a bunch of tasks still left to do. Often I would still have my workout. I was having trouble drinking all the water throughout the day, so at the end of the night I would still be left with a significant amount to finish. I was also trying to wake up a half an hour earlier each day than I was used to because I really felt like I needed that extra time in the morning before I would get out and do a morning workout. All of that to say is that at this point, I've been feeling a little sleep deprived. To add to that, 2 days prior, I did a pretty intense lower body workout, and today my glutes and my quads were absolutely killing me. Walking was quite a feat, but sitting down or standing back up, wow, that was some painful stuff. And considering how many times I have to run to the bathroom to pee with all the water I'm drinking, well, you can imagine it was not fun. But to add insult to injury, this morning as I was quickly getting ready to go out for my morning walk before I had to meet my mom and the dog at the park, I came out of my bedroom after getting dressed to a disaster in the living room. It seems that the foster kitty, while trying to play with an empty bottle that was on the coffee table, jumped up and spilled my whole big coffee cup all onto my coffee table. That means that I found my laptop in a huge puddle of coffee. My library book that I'm currently reading was damaged, and everything around the coffee table, including my couch and my floor, was wet. As you can imagine, that was the last thing I wanted to see as I was trying to rush out the door. So in the moment, I mopped things up with a towel as best as I could. I put my laptop and the book to dry on another towel and left the house. As I later checked, thankfully, my laptop is okay. It is working, but it does seem to have a couple of problems. It's not charging properly and the fans are working overtime. So now I'll have to find a time to unscrew the back and try and clean it out and see if I can make things better or if I actually need to look into a new one. But in the morning, I just left all of that behind. Now, all of that would make a pretty terrible morning. But cherry on top, I was also having a mild migraine that had carried over from the day before, probably triggered by the lack of sleep. So today, as I headed out to work, I made sure to have some ketchup with my breakfast to soothe my stomach, and also to have breakfast that I can finish really quickly so I can take some medication for my migraine. Luckily, work was smooth sailing, and I promised myself that my only goal this day was to get to bed by 10. When I came home after work, I took a nice long bath and then went to hang out with a friend. He's got a big project that he's working on, so I was able to help him with that, but it was all just working with our hands so we could talk while we did that. I did come home much refreshed, so absolutely this is what I had needed. I had really been mindful of keeping up with my water intake, so I finally felt like I was on track with that. When evening came and it was time to do my second workout, I did choose to do another walk in spite of the fact that my legs were still killing me. But my responsibilities for walking my mom's dog have been changing and shifting a little bit, and now the dog goes out for a longer walk in the evening. However, my mom doesn't go with us, so then we can go at a much faster pace. And as you may have noticed, some of those walks I am able to count as my own 45-minute workout, even though he's there along with me. I don't have to separate those two out anymore because we can go at a pretty fast pace and cover decent mileage. Obviously, this night I was not up for going at any kind of fast pace at all, but we did make it and got that task checked off as well. This was definitely a low point in my week and in this 75 hard journey so far. It's hard enough when everything's going smoothly, but when there are bumps in the road and you don't have much reserve in the tank, it takes a lot to deal with that. All in all, I'm glad I made it through the day and will absolutely be prioritizing sleep in the future and remembering that doing too much too fast in my workouts is not benefiting me in the long run either. Good afternoon on day 35. It's 4:30 now and I'm doing my first workout of the day. This morning I slept in. I did not have to walk the dog at all today. And then for the hour that I had that I would have worked out, I decided to do some editing for this video just so I'm not left with everything for tomorrow. Because of the issues that I'm currently having with my laptop, I don't know how well that's gonna go. And so, like I said, I don't want to leave everything to the last minute and find out that I need to make alternative plans. I had a really rough week this week, but thankfully it's Friday, or should I say Friday. The weekend is here, which means I have a little bit more freedom with my time and I can catch up on some of the things I needed to do. I am also feeling much better physically. My legs are almost completely recovered. Hey guys, funny story. I'm walking in the park. It had just rained, so it's pretty empty. But about a quarter mile behind me, there's an elderly couple walking, and they have a big bag of peanuts. And as I'm walking, all the squirrels are coming towards me, thinking I'm the one with the peanuts. I guess it's their regular time to get fed. And I'm not saying I support feeding wild animals. I know that's not allowed and for good reasons. But I've been walking down this path, and as all these squirrels come towards me, I've been talking to them like I'm a Disney princess, saying, "Oh my goodness, guys, they're coming. You're gonna get your nuts soon." And we're both very excited about that. You know, sometimes it's all about keeping yourself entertained. And now it's raining. Good thing I'm almost done. I don't think I can say that I'm finishing out this week strong. Essentially, this was my lunch. I was really craving some of these cassava chips, so I did stop by the store and I got these. I have to say I probably had 2 servings all in all. But, you know, to balance that out, I did have a protein bar. And now for dinner,